Good morning, everyone. Good morning, beautiful people, wellness friends. Today I'm going to show you some exercises that are for lower back pain and pain management. And I wanted to show that to you because a lot of people have been asking me, just give me a few of those exercises that are really good when we've been standing the whole day, when we've been sitting the whole day, when we've been traveling, when we are out and about in the car a lot, and that's what I do, right? Pain management, and especially the focus on the lower back and the hips, hamstrings, upper legs. So I wanted to give you some exercises today to loosen that up a little bit and start on a chair so that we can all do the sort of a chair yoga, chair stretches with me, and then also I'll show you a few that are on the floor. This pain management program I've been presenting a lot over the last couple of years, and it was very popular. It's the simple approach to a couple of exercises that you can do everywhere, and it was called Whose Back? Your Back. So some of these exercises are from that program. So do some of these with me. If you're sitting down on a chair and you are really into a lot of pain, let me go from a side angle here. Then what you want to do is kind of scoop up onto the side of the chair. So always make sure also that you have a good solid chair, not that you're not on a couch or on a bunch of pillows. So if you do this and you sit straight up, relax your shoulders so that we keep a lot of anxiety, we keep a lot of stress on our shoulders. So let's roll the shoulders a little bit here so that you can feel that you can loosen up in your back. And in your neck muscles, that's all tight, right? We keep a lot of stress there between the shoulders. If you roll that out, you can really feel your shoulder blades roll back. Now I always say open your heart to the sky. So really up, with your heart open instead of going down, of course. So we want to lengthen the spine so that our spinal fluids can freely flow. And we say that in holistic healing, just kind of opening up. And when you sit here, then open your legs a little wider. So I call it the grandpa, right here. And come scoot up all the way on the edge of your chair so that you can lengthen the spine as if you're sitting against a wall behind you. When you do that, lengthen the spine all the way and then go on purpose, go a little bit, go a little bit in, right? Just kind of slouching, as we call that. And then go up again, all the way and roll, and you feel that on those two sit bones. Go all the way back up and then roll and release all the way back down. So you want to do it a couple of times. Just kind of all the way back up with your heart up to the sky and all the way rolling back. Just kind of tuck your chin in, let your head fall down. Just see how you feel when you are moving your spine here in the first place. Just release and relax. Now on the next one, what we would like to do, after you do this a couple of times, really feel that you're pulling up to the sky and then loosen up your back a little bit by making a twist. So your right hand goes to your left and you just hold on to the chair and you're going to twist around and look behind you. Like I always say, on the back seat of your car. So look behind you here and just take a couple of deep breaths. And let the chair help you, right? You want to keep the spine really tall, really long, and just go around the corner and then lift and inhale. And go around the other corner and just let the hands help you by pushing up against that leg a little bit. You're stabilizing those feet, your feet are underneath your knees. And you're using a twist to take a deep breath here. Look behind you on the back seat of the car. And take a deep breath into your belly. Exhale right there. And then take it slowly back to the center. And you really feel the twist here. Roll your shoulders out a little. And lift them both up. Really big stretch here. And then bring your hands to the back of the chair. Kind of hold on to it. And bring your chest a little bit more out. So kind of leaning on your hands here. Going up into an arch. Now you don't have to throw your head all the way back, but just kind of leave it there in the line of your spine. Stick your belly out, right? And come slowly back here. Now on the next one, while we're feeling that, you're going to lean forwards towards your leg. And so I do this wide open spread because then you can actually feel that your lower back is making some room and your belly is making some room to go even a little bit more down. So if you want to, just hold on to your legs and just slide down all the way, making sure that this chair is not sliding away but stays stabilized where you are. Now what I like to do in this, so I'm really having my hamstrings free here. So my hamstrings are free, so I really feel that stretch here in the back, in my lumbar spine, and that's what we want to stretch out and keep flexible, right? So I'm really hanging my body between my legs. It's kind of like an upside down happy baby. Now, but then all the way with the weight of your upper body helping you stretch out all the way to your feet. Just make sure that you relax your neck as well. Hang your head down. It might be 14 pounds today if you brought your brains. So hang your head down here, relax your shoulders. And you can also, what I like to do is hang on to that chair, right? Just grab it somewhere if you have one of those chairs that you can pull a little bit. I really feel that back stretch. Really feel it. Inhale slowly. Exhale. Just do that 2 or 3 times. I feel that in my back, and especially because yesterday I did a lot of standing and a lot of walking. Now roll up slowly, roll your shoulders back in place, open your heart, not to arch, but just open your heart and relax your shoulders. That feels really good. So you can do it anywhere, anytime. Remember, I always like to say, I give you 5 takeouts exercises that you can do anywhere, and especially when you're at home, of course, because not everybody wants to or has the time to go to the gym. On the next one, I want you to go a little bit further back, so you feel the flexibility of your spine. Just go a little bit further back, and not too far, because we don't want to scoot all the way in that chair. We want to just sit free with our hamstrings here, but stabilize yourself, and then take one foot up towards your knee. This stretch is especially for the piriformis stretch here, and the piriformis helps when it is really more flexible, more mobile. It helps the painful area of the sciatic nerve. So sometimes we say we have sciatic pain, and you feel that shooting pain through your hip, and that runs all the way through the front of the hip, and all the way down the leg, sometimes all the way to your ankles. And if you feel that, then that might just be the case that these muscles around that area of the nervous system, they're not stretched out at all, because they're just real tight. Maybe you've had pain, and the muscles will tie it up to protect, or maybe you're just really sitting down a lot, or not moving around a lot. Or even if you have just been walking forward and make, say, moves all the time. So we'll get to that later into a little bit of the functionality of the movement. Here, we just want to try to loosen up in the hip muscle. So loosen up in the lower back and hip, the glutes and the piriformis right here on the side that runs underneath the gluteus maximus. Then to the side of the leg, and you feel that hip opener here, and you go slowly with your chest forward, so make sure that you're stabilizing here, and the foot is by the knee, and the leg is nicely wide open, and you're trying to go a little bit with your chest forwards towards the knee. So lengthen the spine, not only bending, but lengthen the spine to it, and then really feel that lengthening pull in the lower back, and now I feel this here on the side in the piriformis muscle stretch. So try to keep there a little bit. Now, depending on your flexibility, sometimes you're just right here, you don't have that mobility in the hip yet, or just kind of lean a little bit forward, or lengthen your spine to it. or even reach out a little bit, right? Just kind of feeling an upper body in there. Or if you feel even better doing so, then you go all the way down and you hang over the leg. You really bring your chest and shoulders towards that leg and you grab the bottom right here. Make sure, again, that you don't hold back in the shoulders and in the neck. And do that for about 3 breaths or as long as you can hold it. So take the foot slowly down, shake it out, and just make sure that you feel a little bit of mobility again in that leg, right? The standing one. Then you're going to take the other one. This is my bad side, so you can see here also that both sides are maybe different because I don't have that mobility. Ah, did you hear that? My knee, my arthritis knee was making noise, and I really feel that I don't have that much mobility in this hip, unless I'm pretty warmed up. I want to scoot forward as much as possible again, so make a little bit more room here. And then just lengthen my spine and go to it. Just folding over forward towards the leg. Maybe even just kind of throw your upper body down, right? I want to use the weight of my body to stretch to it. And just try to reach down over the leg. Or try to reach out and lengthen the spine. And reach with your hands all the way to the other side of the room. Now just relax them down. And just feel that a little bit ease up. Really feel that in the side, in my buttocks, and in the hip piriformis. So that's the one that we want to stretch out right there. And then after about 3 breaths or so, in the beginning just do it, and you don't have to do it long. Because sometimes it's really already a bother to get your foot there all to the knee. So if this is just feeling a little uncomfortable, just start with this because I already feel that. So if you just sit up here and you already feel that's a little bit uncomfortable, then I can, although uncomfortable, I can already feel the stretch in my hip. So sometimes we just want to start here and kind of push your lower back into that straight movement of going forwards and kind of shifting your weight a little bit to the left. Yes? So that's a really good exercise that you want to do to stretch through the piriformis and through the hip. So we have the forwards fold and we have the twist that we did right here. And we have this one for the hip. And now the next one, we want to go a little bit to the side of the chair and see if we can have one leg come free. Hold on to the chair and kind of stretch that leg out backwards. So here, I'm stretching through the hip flexors, the psoas muscles, right? Gotta kind of work your way around a little bit and try to grab the other leg as well. So you want to hold that for a little bit, kind of one butt to the side and one butt off. Try to hold your balance here on the chair, grab the chair somewhere. Send that knee sideways, along the side, all the way back. And I'm stretching through the front of the hip here. And we do that in many, many positions, of course, this one. So just kind of breathing, stretch it out. Good. Inhaling, maybe release, exhale, stretch. Inhale through the nose, exhale. So I'll do it one more time on the other side. So that you can see what I'm doing here. I'm kind of scooting to the side of the chair. With this arm, I'm really holding on to the side to not fall off the chair. So I really want to hold on here. Then grab my leg, if possible. Right, you're holding your leg. Now if you want to start, you can hold on to your pants and kind of pull that up a little bit towards you. But you want to kind of send the knee backwards so that we can get the stretch on the front of the leg. That's really important right here. Just stretching, breathe out. Inhale, release. Breathe out, stretch. Yeah, if that feels good, try it a little bit. Now this one is also, and the third chair is good, this one is also a lot easier than the last one if you're standing up. So I'm going to show you that. So forwards, twist, piriform is sitting, and now I'm going to show them also in the standing position. So if you're standing up, just roll it back. And here, for instance, just to keep working in those shoulders, right? You want to take your arms back, and then just kind of pull them behind you. Roll it out. And so this way, let's say you're in the kitchen, I always say, anywhere. You can stand and hold on to something. So let's say you're holding on to your chair here, or at the kitchen bar, kitchen counter, actually a little bit easier if you're a little higher. And you grab that foot, and you try to grab your pants or your foot, and you try to just bring the knee a little bit backwards. Now it wants to go sideways sometimes, but try to stand up straight and just bring it back. So again, now I'm really stretching here through that psoas area. And that might be a little difficult, so sometimes maybe even your foot on the couch, or trying to take one of those dyna bands. I'll show you that next time, how you can work with the dyna bands. And really feel that stretch in the front of your hip. Into the psoas. And this is so short because we're sitting a lot, right? So these don't get stretched out a lot. So because in the hip flexors we don't stretch out a lot, these are also the cause of the sciatica pain because it shoots straight through it. And if it all gets inflamed or irritated, because we're sitting a lot, and these muscles are real short, then we don't get enough of this, right? So we want to do that a lot. We're just going to hold on or hold on. Try to lengthen, stand up straight, try your balance, and just push the knee back. And for my daredevils, you can go a little bit further. If you go a little bit further, then you feel that lower back kicking in too. It's not necessarily the best thing, because then we're really arching again, putting a lot of pressure on the lumbar spine. Yes, if you are all good in all those things, and you want to add one more, just kind of straddle your legs a little bit, and not too far, but hip width, just a tad further maybe. Bend your knees if you're going to hang out. Lower with the hips, so with the tailbone towards the heels, and then you're going to hang out forwards. And just make sure you shake and you hang. If this feels good and you can, do it a couple times a day. I feel the hamstrings. Keep your knees slightly bent. Really feel that stretch in the back here again. And then slowly roll up, round as possible. Remember, taking your shoulders back and lift it up. Take it back down. Good. Namaste. Beautiful wellness friends. Till next time.